he shall give them life who first gave them life.
Yes.
And he is all knowing concerning all creation.
Yeah. قال ما يحيي زمن كلامه.
Yeah.
They say,
Yeah.
who will give life,
Give life
to the decaying bones?
Yeah, yeah.
Who gives the life? You know, one of you from time, one denier, unbeliever, came to Prophet Muhammad and on his hand there was a bone. It was a decaying bone. While making this, who will give life to this bone? He was saying to Prophet. And first Prophet told him that Allah gives the life, and He will also give life to you, and He will put you to the hell. First answer was this, but afterwards, this verse revealed. What? Revealed. Human. Some people say that who will give life to the decaying bones? What does Allah say?
He is all knowing concerning all creation.
No. Who will give life? Who has given?
Who first gave them life?
Yes.
Who first?
Whoever gave first time the life,
yeah.
who will give the life?
Yeah.
That, what's the meaning of that? First time, doing something at the first time could be more difficult. If somebody made it first time, then second time,
Exactly.
easily.
Yeah.
And this is the thing.
Yeah.
Who gave life first time?
Yes.
Who will give life again to this decaying bones? قال الملك قل يحيي الذي أنشأها أول مرة وهو بكل خلق عليم. What was that?
He is all knowing
Who is
concerning
all
all
knowing?
creation.
Yeah. Then now this verse is with the author make tafsir, logical explanation to this verse. And okay, could you please read?
As was illustrated in the third comparison in line truth of the 10 words, some personage may one day summon together before your
Could you
eyes.
please increase the volume a little bit?
Some personage may one day summon together before your eyes a great army. If someone were then to say that personage is able to call together the troops in his army, who had dispersed to take rest, and assemble them again in battalions, and you were to say, I don't believe it. You know well how lunatic would be your denial. So, two, an all-powerful and all-knowing being who, out of nothing, recorded and put in place with the command of be and it is.
Be and it is.
Yeah.
Could. Hey, could.
Kun fayak.
Could.
Be and it is. Yeah.
Who has such a power?
Yeah.
Who has such a power?
Only him.
Yeah. We all understand the example. A commander
Yes.
making an army with a lot of soldiers, gathering all soldiers and making a good army in one day. In one day, if such a commander, then the soldiers are resting. Somebody is saying that with one blow, all the soldiers will come and make the battalion. And he cannot make it. You saw that in one day, this commander made an army, not a battalion. Battalion is very small with respect to the army. If such a commander made an army within one day, then a battalion during resting with one blow, he can easily collect and gather all this. It's very, very easy actually. By this comparison, now created all beings, creatures, without nothing. Be, and it is. Kun, feyekun. Like that. Then, first time we all created in the body of our mothers, without knowing anything.
And also, can we say now in Brunei, we make a new factory, and first time in Brunei, now all equipments and sometimes coming from Spain, coming from Turkey, and other also Malaysian, part of Malaysian coming, and we get together, and after that we will succeed. If we will succeed in a factory, second factory will be very easy for us because we know and experience also will be together. Maybe we can say this example.
All the particles and subtle aspects of the wood of the bodies of all animals and other animate beings, as if they were an army with the utmost underlines and wise equilibrium. And who creates its centering, or rather its spring? The hundreds of thousands of different species and groups of animate beings that populate the face of the earth, each like an army. Such a being can gather together with one blow on the drum of Israel. With one blow on the drum of Israel. Israfil, yes. All the fundamental particles and original components that enjoy mutual acquaintance through joint submission to the order of the body that corresponds to a battalion. Were you to say, how can this be? Or, consider it unlikely, it would be a heretic analogy. It sometimes happens in the Quran that in order to impress upon the heart the wondrous deeds he will perform in the hereafter, and to prepare the mind for acceptance of them. God Almighty mentions the wondrous deeds he performs in this world as a kind of preparation. Alternatively, he may sometimes mention the wondrous deeds he will perform in the future and the hereafter in such a fashion that we are convinced of them by analogy with the similar deeds we observe in this world. One example is furnished by verse, has not man seen that we created him from a drop of sperm, and then he becomes an open disclosure. And the remaining verses of the same surah, the all-wise Quran thus probes the question of resurrection in 7 or 8 different forms. Amazing. So meaning, it first directs man's attention to
you can share also your understanding. You can, if you want to share your understanding.
It first directs man's attention to his own origins. It says, you see how you advance from a drop of sperm to a drop of blood, from a drop of blood to a form's lump of flesh, and from a fertilized lump of flesh to human form. How then can you?
We all know from Quran those verses. Nutfa,
alaqa and then idam.
And mudghah. Nutfatan, alaqatan, mudghatan. Yeah, nutfa is a drop of sperm. Alaqa is blood. And also mudghah is what? And these are the steps of the creation in the womb.
Now, how then can you deny your second creation?
Could you please repeat the first creation in the womb?
It first directs man's attention to his own origins.
Origins,
yeah. It says, you see how you advance from a drop of sperm to a drop of blood. From a drop of blood to a form's lump of flesh.
Yes.
And yeah, in Mullah. And from a formless life of life to human form. Yes. How then can you deny your second creation?
Yeah. How then can you
Deny your second creation. It is just the same as the first, or even easier of accumulation for God.
Easier.
Easier. God Almighty also refers to the great bounties He has bestowed on man with verses such as He who made fire for you from the green tree, and says to man, will the being who does bestow bounty upon you leave you to say, upon you leave you to your own devices, in such fashion that you enter the grave to sleep without rising again? Will the being who does bestow bounty upon you leave you to your own devices, in such fashion that you enter the grave to sleep without rising again? He also hints at the following. You see how that trees come to live and grow green again.
Yeah, in tropical area,
Yeah.
that trees and being green again. Actually, we do not experience here too much.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
in Turkey, we see 4 seasons. Yeah, during winter time,
Yes.
there are a lot of trees lose all leaves. There is no flower, there is no leaves, and there is no fruit. It's just like a standing dead body. But just in the springtime and blooming, and then flowers, and later on leaves, and later on the fruits. Or dead body became alive every year.
Every year.
We are experiencing, we are witnessing. When Allah says, you are witnessing the second creation, dying, and later on, in the same year, again resurrection, the second life. We are seeing, a tree has a resurrection from flower point of view, from leaves point of view, and from fruits point of view. Then tree resurrection in one tree every year. We are witnessing this. Then later on, how that body will again be resurrected, you are asking. Yeah. Could you please answer it again?
Refusing to regard as apparent the reanimation of your bones that resemble dry wood, you dismiss the whole matter as improbable. Now is it odd? Now is it at all possible that the one who creates the heavens and the earth should not be empowered over the life and death of man, the fruit of even the earth? Now, is it at all possible that the one who creates the heavens and the earth should not be empowered over the life and death of man, the fruit of heaven and the earth? Do you imagine that he would make fruitless and find the tree of creation that he has molded with wisdom in all its parts by abandoning the supreme result of that tree? The Quran says, Buddha, the being that will restore you to life at resurrection is such that the whole cosmos is
Resurrection
like...
is Ba'as Ba'd al-Maut.
Yeah.
Ba'as Ba'd al-Maut. Resurrection.
Yahud Ba'at, is it?
Yeah, Ba'as Ba'd al-Maut.
The being that will restore you to life at resurrection is such that the whole cosmos is like an obedient soldier of his. It bows its head submissively whenever it hears the command, be, and it is. To create a spring is easier for him than the creation of a flower. To create
a spring
is
easier for him, like creating a flower.
Than the creation of a flower. Yeah. So the season. Oh. To create the whole of the animal realms is as easy for his power as creating a life. None may blatantly challenge his power by saying to him, "Who will give life to the bones? Who will give life to the bones?" Then from the first, glory be to him, in whose hand lies the sovereignty of all things. We see that the index of all things is in his hand. The key to all things is in his possession. He rotates night and day, winter and summer, with as much ease as if he were turning the page of a book. He is an all-powerful, glorious being who closes the door on this world and opens it on the hereafter as if they were two stations. This being the case as the result of mentioned evidence, to him you shall return. That is, he will bring you back to life from your graves, take you to the plan of resurrection, and judge you in his majestic presence. Now, those verses prepare those verses prepare the mind and make ready the heart to accept the reality of resurrection, for they have demonstrated parallels to resurrection in worldly processes. Sometimes it also happens that he mentions the deeds he will perform in the hereafter in such a way as to draw attention of their worldly parallels, so that no room should be left for doubt and denial.
No rooms should
No
be
room
left
should be left for
for
doubt
doubt and denial.
Denial.
Denial. Doubt and denial.
Examples are the surah introduced by these verses. When the sun is rolled out, when the heavens are torn asunder. In the surah.
Is there anybody who wants to read also? I think one page left.
Yes.
Is there anybody who wants to read also?
Musa, you can? Okay. This one, eh? Yeah. Just linguistic, so he can.
Oh,
Yeah,
linguistic.
Linguistic.
Then, okay.
Which one is better?
No.
No.
Okay. Now these verses prepare the mind and make ready the heart to accept the reality of resurrection. For they have demonstrated parallels to resurrection in worldly processes. Sometimes it also happens that he mentions the deed he will perform in the hereafter in such a way as to draw attention to their worldly parallels, so that no room should be left for doubt and denial. Examples are the surahs introduced by these verses. When the sun is rolled up, when the heavens are torn asunder, in this surah, God Almighty mentions resurrection and the vast revolutions and dominical deed that shall take place at that time, in such a fashion that man thinks of that worldly parallels that he has been in autumn and spring, and then with awe in his heart easily accepts what the intellect would otherwise refuse. Even to indicate the general meaning of the three surahs just mentioned would take very long. Let us then take simply one word as a specimen of the whole, with the words. When the pages are spread out, God Almighty expresses the following: upon resurrection, everyone's deeds will be revealed on a written page. This appeared.
Everyone's deeds will be revealed in one page.
Revealed on a written page. A written page.
Do you remember the original verse?
Verses?
This is yok şeyde yok. Var mı?
Which surah was that?
Sözlerin Türkçesi var mı? Which surah?
Which surah? Is there? 68.
68.
Yes, refer here. Which one?
68
In
Quran.
English, it is written. The original text is not.
Yeah.
Actually, this is translation from Turkish to English.
Oh, I
But
see.
in the Turkish original, Arabic original verses
Yeah.
are written there. But unfortunately, when it has been translated to English, they only gave the translation, not the original text. Actually, I prefer the original verse should also be put there. It was better, but maybe for a common understanding,
Common
not
understanding.
only.
I haven't used the original because I sometimes more phone.
Surah Yunus.
Yunus, okay.
وإذا الصحف نشرت. Is it okay? وإذا الصحف
Nusira.
نشرت.
إذا الصحف
نشرت. وإذا الصحف نشرت. وإذا الصحف نشرت. And the surah وإذا الصحف نشرت. The original. In one page, the whole deeds are revealed in one page. Maybe in the old time, understanding this could be very difficult. But now, all the pictures, all the videos in one small chip.
Exactly. Memory. Yeah.
Now understanding this.
Yeah, very possible.
So everyone can have it.
Yeah.
وينجي ويميت وهو إليه ترجعون.
وإليه ترجعون.
It is he who gives life and who takes care of you, and to him shall you all be brought back.
81.
66, right?
Oh.
Another
The
verse.
ayah is 10. 10. That's going to 10.
81.
وإذا السورة نشرت. Inshallah. When the pages are spread out.
When the pages.
Spread out.
Yeah, right. Nushrah.
Intishar, yeah. وإذا الصحف نشرت.
وإذا
صحف نشرت.
are laid open.
There is a saying, also from the same author. As time grows old, the Quran grows young.
Allah.
Why is it good young?
And its meaning will be understood easier. For example, إذا الصحف نشرت. In one page, all these will be revealed. Maybe at the old time, understanding this very difficult. Now, in a chip, you store all the pages, all the photos, all the videos, and all the books.
Even
All the books are here. In all small. In one page, all the things are there. When it is open,
Inshallah.
then this fact can easily be understood by that time easily. وَإِذَا الصُّحُفُ نُشِرَتْ. As time grows old, Quran doesn't become old. As time grows old, Quran grows young. Its meaning will be understood better and better, inshallah.
Yes.
With time. Okay, could you please? You can go on. Okay.
Yeah, when the pages are spread out,
Yes.
God Almighty expresses the following: upon the resurrection, everyone's deed will be revealed on a written page.
Yes.
And just this appear to be very strange and totally beyond the reach of reason. But as the surah indicates, just as the resurrection of the spring is parallel to other matters, so too the spreading out of pages has a very clear parallel. Every fruit-bearing tree, every flowering plant has deeds, actions, and functions. It performs a certain kind of worship depending on the fashion in which it glorifies God through the manifestation of His names.
Now, every trees, every flowers are manifesting the names of Allah.
Yes.
The Asma Husna.
Yeah.
Then we should read, the book, the Quran should be read. Okay. Also, the universe is another book to be read. It's also mentioning about Allah, the universe, the trees, and the flowers, and the seeds are also mentioning about Allah.
So meaning that all of the creations always glorifying
Allah, yes.
So we
And
as a
ayah, these are also ayah. In Quran, it says ayah. In Turkish, when we were mentioning about ayah, we were saying that okay, one sentence of Quran. But generally in Quran, when it says ayah is the things glorifying Allah in the universe. These are also ayah, glorifying Allah. For example, look at the camels, the grapes, also the dates,
the
mountains. Also, look at the sky.
Now all of its deeds and the record of its life are inscribed in all the seeds that are to emerge next spring in another plot of soil. With the tongue of shape and form, the seed make eloquent mention of the origins of those deeds and spread out the page of deeds together with branch, twig, leaf, flower, and fruit. He who says, when the pages are spread out, is the same being that performs before our eyes these wise, preserving, nurturing, and subtle acts. Compare other matters with this by analogy and deduce the truth. If you have the capacity, let us aid you with the following. The verse when the sun is folded up refers to a brilliant similitude.
إذا الشمس كورت.
The Shams
There.
Kuirat.
And in it,
Shams Kuirat.
at its paragraph. First, God Almighty has cast aside the curtains of non-being, the ether and the heavens to bring forth from His treasury of mercy and show to the world joy like lamp illumining the world. The sun, after closing the world, He will wrap that jewel again in His veils and remove it. Second, the sun may be depicted as an official entrusted with the task of distributing the commodity of light over the globe and causing it and darkness to succeed each other. Every evening, the official is ordered to gather up the light. It may sometimes happen also that his trade may be slackened when he is hidden by the veil of a cloud. At other times, it may be that the moon will also form a veil and hinder his task. Now, just as the official has his goods and ledgers gathered up for inspection, so too he will one day be relieved of his duties, even if there be no cause for dismissal. There are two dark spots on the sun, now small, but liable to grow, that one day will grow to the point that sun will take back by dominical command. The light it now wraps around the head of the earth and wrap it around its own head. It will then be told, come, your task on earth is now complete. Go to hell. and burn that those who have worshipped you and does mock with faithlessness and obedient servant like you, with his own dark and scared face. It will read out the decree when the sun is rolled down.
Yeah. Actually, the sun is also serving.
Yeah.
It's serving under the command of Allah.
Yeah.
Actually, he's a servant.
Yeah.
Servant for us.
Yeah, like that.
Serving for us 150 million kilometers away. Scientifically, we know that in every second, 4 million tons from the sun mass is emitting. 4 million ton loss in every second. If 1 minute, then 240 million tons. It's losing its mass, but it's a source of energy. 150 million kilometers away from the earth, but it's serving for us. Actually, it's a servant. It's just obeying the command of Allah. But if somebody says that, oh, I will worship to sun, then this sun will burn those who are worshipping it. When go, what Allah say here?
Go to hell.
Go to hell.
And burn those who have worshipped you.
Yeah.
And that's
who have worshipped you.
Yeah. Because
Like
the sun
Majusi.
is not God.
Majusi, is it?
Okay, thank you.
Now we have food and the knowledge, right?
Yeah.
It's completely.
Now, for stomach
And then
for mind.
Yeah.
That is
exactly.
completed.
Alhamdulillah, yeah.
In the intellectual.
Yeah.
That is completed.
It should be, yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Oh,
سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين الفاتحة مع الصلوات.
I was thinking that your degree is Muslim or should
Yes, I'm an engineer.